I want to talk to you in this segment about the cost of not closing. That's right, the cost of not getting the deal done. You know, there's no cost to an individual, yourself, or the company greater than the inability to actually close others on your products, your services, your ideas, and your dreams. The money your company spent and/or you spent, your energy that you spent, the resources invested on getting a prospect just interested in your product or service and then not closing is terribly expensive. The inability to get the deal done depletes first your belief and self-confidence. You become visibly demoralized. I mean, have you ever seen a salesperson lose deal after deal after deal? You start not wanting to be doing your job. You start to give up on your quest. Your attention gets stuck on losses and failures rather than the confidence and competence that comes from actually closing the deal successfully. Look, you could spend 2 hours in a transaction. You could spend 2 weeks, 2 months. Some of you spend 2 years because your sales cycle is so long. You had them at the negotiating table, and for some reason you didn't close. What happened? Do you understand the cost of not closing? Because I believe that if you did truly understand the cost, the very expensive cost to you, them, your company, you would say, hey, I got to lean into this deal and I have to learn how to finish it. The prospect didn't close. You didn't get your product into their hands. What has to happen now? Everything has to start over. They have to continue. You have to continue. You have to do follow-up to get them back in that's unnecessary. You have an unfinished cycle, another unfinished cycle. You know what I mean by that? Another thing unfinished. You know, like the lawn you didn't finish mowing this weekend, the paperwork you haven't finished, the mail you didn't get out. Unfinished cycles make people lose their power, their inability to get things done. The close is about getting something done. You want to finish cycles of action. Now you have another client to get back in, to get in front of again, and hopefully go through the whole presentation and then close when we could have learned how to do it today. Look, it doesn't help your customer when you don't close. Do you understand? They don't get your product or service. They don't get your company. They don't get to get behind whatever it is you're presenting to them. So they lose. Look, remove the letter. Remove the first letter of the word close, and what do you end up with? Take the C out, and you end up with L-O-S-E, lose. Close or don't close is up to you. If you can't close others on your ideas, your dreams, your proposition, your offer, you lose, they lose, the company loses. The truth is the entire economy loses. This is the harsh, cold, stark reality. When you don't close, everyone loses. When you don't close on your proposal, you end up giving up something. You give up what you believed in and end up closing on someone else's proposal. You understand? A close happened, just the wrong one. So I want you to get familiar with the cost of the no close. It's enormous to you. And if you haven't evaluated what it is, you don't know how it's affecting you. So I want you to take a moment now and write down what is the cost of not closing one deal a month or one deal a week, or how often do you actually not close? Is it once a day, once a week, once a month, once a year? I want you to attach what's the cost of not closing that transaction? What's the cost to you? What's the cost to your family? What's the cost to your family? And what's the cost to your prospect? Once you associate enough losses, enough cost, enough expense with the loss of not closing, you'll have the right fuel to become a master at the trade of closing the deal.